What's up? What's up?
Man, did you look like a true
Bostonian.
podcaster over there?
Like a Bostonian guy.
Yeah, you look like you're sitting.
You look tired.
Yeah, no, you look like a radio
exhausted.
show guy, man. You look like you belong on a sports show.
Yeah, tell me about them Patriots.
Well,
Did you guys hear about
Patriots are dead.
Tom Brady joining the XFL?
Yeah, that's not true, man.
Did you see that? That was a f***ing story. I don't know where I saw it. It's some Facebook page.
Listen, Tom Brady's staying with the Patriots.
Yeah.
Yeah, if the Patriots are
line.
going to become an XFL team, sure.
I don't think there's anyone can say that he is or isn't at this point.
No, Dan, he's not going to go anywhere.
What did the Instagram photo mean? Where was he, Michael? He sure as
He was
fuck
walking
wasn't in-
into the stadium.
What stadium?
He was walking out, actually.
No.
He commented on it today.
No,
He's like, I just thought it was a cool picture.
He's
Thought
like,
it
I
was
like.
white
Dan.
and white.
He's like, yeah.
If
He's
you look
like,
at his
I like to
wrist-
walk. I like to walk backwards.
If you look at his wrist, his watch is on his left hand. And if he's walking, you can see it's on the left when you're looking at the picture.
Well, why did he say that he was walking? He said,
He didn't say that. Where did he say that? Prove it.
On NESN. They reported it like a half hour ago.
Well, you need to send it to me.
Oh my God, dude, what the?
This is important.
You look it up yourself.
I don't know where you even seen this. This is
Burden
blasphemy.
of proof
Could be
falls
fake.
on you, Dan.
No, it
Yeah.
doesn't. Does this look like the fucking?
I mean, did you guys see the picture? That's an official XFL logo that was on the.
Where? On what
Like-
picture?
Michael,
He's not
you
going
saw-
to the XFL.
shut up, Ryan. Don't,
No, I know
Why
that,
does
but
this
what
man-
picture are you talking about?
Michael. There's
I'm
a
talking about the
picture-
one with him walking into the
Yes,
stadium.
and then there's a fucking XFL logo right behind him, like falling like cascading shadow.
Oh, that's
Like
not.
it's clearly, put out there for promotion for the XFL and for Tom Brady being the first NFL to XFL
Listen,
transport.
Tom Brady can't leave the Patriots. No
He
way,
did not
no
leave the
how.
Patriots
The deal has been signed.
It's impossible.
for $1 billion.
What are the Patriots going to do without Brady, and what's Brady going to do without the Patriots?
Yeah, it doesn't
What do
make
you think?
sense for
You think-
depends.
Do you
Doesn't make
think-
sense for either of them.
Do you think he's not a good enough player to make it on his own steam?
No, he is, but why would he want to go do that? And why would he want to tear half of Boston apart?
I hate
Well,
to tell you this, dude, but Tom
and rip
Brady
open the freaking soul of Boston. Why? And
because
gut
he
it.
hates you. Because he hates you.
Tom
Okay,
Brady
Tom
just
Brady
wants
would
to
never do
win.
that to the Bostonians.
Tom Brady's not leaving the Patriots because there's no other place that he has a good of a chance to win as well as he does on the Patriots.
What other team, Sean, does he know for sure for the next 3 years he's going to make it to the playoffs?
He's going to join the Giants.
The
I saw
Giants suck.
I can't believe somebody said that. Somebody said that, and I was just like, that is such a dumb thing to say.
That's the last place he would go.
Sounds like you guys are walking into troll traps.
No, this
Who said
person
that,
is
Ryan?
completely serious.
Well,
Who said that?
Eli
Some
Manning
person.
is retiring, guys.
Yeah, but they have a rookie or a second-year quarterback who's really good.
Yeah, well, tell that to Tim Tebow.
But
okay?
Dan's been over there for the past 3 minutes trying to find this source that never.
I know. I mean,
existed.
there an analysis did come out, and some guys like he is walking away from the
No,
field.
Dan, he's walking into it.
Oh
Tom
my
Brady
God,
never
I
said that. You
cannot-
told me.
Listen,
People are
I know
really
I
doing
can't
that?
find the NSCN thing that I saw earlier, but it says it's like with
Dan,
80% confidence that this
Dan.
is actually him walking away. I don't know.
Dan,
Like, listen,
Dan,
I
Dan,
can't tell
What
you.
does
Yeah.
that even mean?
Okay, listen, Dan.
Like they think.
Have you
he's
ever heard of
actually
fake
walking away.
news?
Yeah, I have.
Okay, that's fake news because his watch is on his left hand.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to another episode of ZooBox, podcast about nonsense, some of which you may have just heard. And we got the full crew here today. Oh, what an auspicious day! We avoided ravines. We I don't know, survived the coronavirus. It's all coming together, fellas. It's all coming together, boys. Now, why don't we sound off and so everybody can hear your voices? I want to hear you, Dan. What do you sound like?
I sound good, just like this. Hello.
Oh, look at that. It's like a deep, it's kind of masculine, but also
Hello.
sensitive.
Hello.
All right, Ryan, let's hear you.
What's up?
What's up, Red Sox Nation?
I have no feelings. I am a robot. What's
I'm
up?
exhausted, dude.
Oh, I know. We're going to talk about it. We're going to get into it. All right, Michael, what's the word? What's the dealio?
It's Mike, straight shooter.
Don't put it in my pooter. Don't do it, folks. Don't do it. This man is against vasectomies, and he's against people sticking things in his butt.
Hey, Ryan, are you for those?
Am I for a vasectomy?
Are
Yeah.
you pro vasectomy?
I mean, it's whatever if you want to do that.
No, but would you do it?
No.
That's what I said.
Falls upon the woman.
I like how my joke answer is your serious answer.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Right, it's like, no. Wait, hold on.
No, I don't. I'll just shoot till I can't shoot no more. Like Mike, I'm a straight shooter. You know?
But you will stick it in a pooter, though. You'll stick it in a pooter to avoid the pregnancy.
Of course. Absolutely.
I mean, I'm just saying. Although, if you have a massive enough load, I suppose it could leak out and get into the vagina.
I don't know.
The vagine.
My coitus interruptus is pretty solid, so I'm pretty comfortable with that.
Are you like a master of the pullout, huh?
Yeah, that's a scientific term.
See, I don't like the pullout. I don't like it. Like, I gotta stop myself, and then it's like, I get back into it.
And then you look
No,
like a
Honestly,
turtle.
I don't like it either.
You gotta bring it to the brink, to the edge.
The pull-out thing is like, I think pulling out is one of those things where, like, you're fucking and then you're about to come, so you gotta, like, hunch and pull out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta brace.
Yeah, before you
out.
start squirting.
No,
That's
but,
not
like,
true. That's not what I do.
Damn, that's
What
cutting
do
it
you-
close.
what do you do? Do you masturbate to finish?
Yep.
So, like, how long?
A one pump.
You're one pump away
Yeah.
from, like, getting it. That's what I'm saying.
And I
But
pull
it's
out.
and then
Okay,
you gotta.
please. He's one stroke away. Let's be professional.
I
One
pull
stroke.
up. I pull out, and then I just
Yeah, but sometimes you're like a
mount the
two pump.
back. and just
Sometimes
fucking
you're a
let it
two
go.
pump.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
Sometimes
Mike,
I'm
I
two
can
pump.
tell you this right now. I don't know what happened. You definitely didn't pull out. You're definitely dumping it straight
Yeah.
into the ravine.
Straight in there. Wait, so you didn't pull out that time?
Obviously.
Well,
Usually-
no, because like you can be trying to pull out and maybe a squirt if you're really playing, close to the fence. Like if you're
Yeah.
playing, like you can a little bit might come out as you're.
And then you're
that's-
like, "Don't worry, I got out in time. It's fine."
That's just lack of discipline, though.
Yeah.
I can do it, no problem.
Well, let me ask you this. Okay, next logical question. Okay, where are you squirting? You're
On
pulling
the
out.
belly. On
Are
the
you-
human beneath me.
This fucking robot, this creep
I
on the body,
yeah.
on the body beneath me.
I guess Ryan, you don't have a preference. Like so, you're not like a pervert, a deviant. You're not looking to come on boobies, or
Whoa.
faces, or butts, or backs, or hair,
It depends.
or up a nose. I came up a girl's nose one time.
But generally, it's right at the midpoint between the shoulder blades. That's where the first spot hits, and then it drips down. As you keep,
The initial velocity really sends it,
Yeah.
and then it starts tailoring back.
when you keep throwing ropes,
Yeah.
less and less.
Let me ask you a question. Okay, so are you guys loud comers? Do you make noise? For a long time, I was very stoic, and then I don't know. It was like when I was like 28. I was just like, whatever. I'm just gonna start like moaning.
Wait. So, like, are you like
Now I
guttural?
am. Now I am. Yeah,
I do
wasn't-
that sometimes.
I wasn't before. Before I was like stone faced, almost like I was like Ryan, like a machine.
Yeah.
Like I'm like coming on body.
Coming
Must-
on body now.
must-
I am
Pull out.
good. Yeah.
Let me stroke. Last stroke.
Ryan starts going through like the Sherlock Holmes shit, where it's
Yeah.
all slow motion. Makes
know exactly where
He-
the
he,
first
like,
drop
throws-
is gonna
he,
hit.
he like smacks her in the back of the head, and then like she falls for it.
Discombobulation.
yeah.
Ah, 2 more strokes and I'll probably be ready. I should probably position myself.
Yeah.
What about you? So, Mike, do you like scream into the night?
Depends. I have before.
Really? Can you
Well,
give
not
us
like
a demo?
scream, but I've made noises. Yeah.
Like, what's your
Mine.
noise? If you can try to recreate it, like, what would the noise sound like?
I don't know.
Something like that?
No, it's not. I don't know. It's hard to make that noise without doing it.
Well, I guess.
Jerking off.
Yeah, in the interest of science.
I don't know. What? Yeah, have you
Have I ever what?
made
Mike,
the noise?
Yeah,
Mike.
I do now pretty much on the reg.
Mike, do you pay attention?
No,
literally
I'm asking
said that.
everybody.
Yeah, but he just said, he's like, yeah, dude, I used to not to. Where are you right now? Are you still?
No, I'm asking
still-
everybody. That was a general question towards everybody.
Oh,
If the
okay.
situation calls for it, then sure.
Well, like, I don't know. I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm much of a. I'm
Sometimes you gotta make a
masturbating,
noise.
I'm probably masturbating. I make more noises than
Maybe like a heavy breath. Yeah.
like.
you never howled or nothing?
Well, do you take like a deep breath and then come and then
should try it.
exasperate?
Yeah,
I have a.
I don't know.
I don't
I
know
don't
what
know.
I do. I need to film myself, I guess.
Ryan probably goes.
I don't know if I'm. It depends, dude. It depends. Like if I'm throat fucking a chick, then yeah, I'll probably make a little bit of a noise there.
The hell?
I remember one time, dude, I was getting this fucking blowjob from this chick. I took her out to a real nice Italian restaurant, you know, and yeah, I think it was a legitimate, nice, actual restaurant. But long story short, we're back at her place. And do you remember that movie, The Elevator? Is it Devil?
Yes.
You guys know what I'm talking about? So we were watching that and yada yada. So she starts sucking my dick because I said to her the typical. This is so typical. I've never come from a blowjob line, you know. So you really want them to put
He
their effort
uses
in?
reverse psychology on these girls.
Was it true?
No, I've definitely come from a blowjob before, but it was rare. It was pretty rare, you know.
Ryan is like the girl that would give you a blowjob after saying it. He's like, oh, really?
Yeah, she's like, well, hold on, I gotta prove myself. So she goes, I will be the first. You know, it's like saying that you could. Another line that I used to do is like, yeah, dude, I was gay my entire life, but you make me feel some way. You know, just so I can
What
get in
the
there.
hell,
No
Dan?
way
Where do you
that
get these? Where do you get these lines?
How do people not
Are these from
see through
Google?
that?
No, yeah, Mike. No, I never used that one, but
Did you call up Mr. Gregory Google and find
listen,
me? Did he find
motherfuckers,
these
you guys
for
gotta stop interrupting me, okay?
sorry,
You're the one
sorry,
who's
sorry.
getting sidetracked.
I'm trying not to. All right.
Okay.
And so we go back to her place, watch the movie, whatever, right? So I say it because she was talking. How don't these things go? So I tell her that, and she goes, "Oh well, I could," and I'm like, whatever. Like, get the fuck out of here. So
This works.
yeah, oh dude, it works like a fucking dream. Honestly,
I
it
bet
does.
you couldn't.
No, because you put in that competitive aspect to it.
Yeah.
You know, there's a little bit of competition there that I can be the best. So you really make them strive for greatness. And so she's doing it right, and she's doing great. Like honestly,
Wait, Dan. How did she get the pants off? Did she just unzip her, or did she like pull it down to your ankles?
No, I put asshole to the seat, dude. That's how I
okay.
always go. Pants
so
on the
you're-
ankles.
I know. So did you have to like scoot up and pull them off, or did she do that?
Yeah,
for you?
I just pulled them down. I let that shit happen. I got them down to about knee level at least, you know.
Okay.
But I like to spread when I'm getting a blowjob so they can play with my butthole or balls or whatever. So, she's doing a really good job. Honestly, this is a really good fucking blowjob. I am like actually impressed. I'm actually impressed, and I'm about to come. I don't say shit. I don't say nothing. This is fucking Splinter Cell level of injection. So I fucking bust, and I mean I bust a lot. So I bust, dude, and her mouth was so full of spit and cum that she just goes and like, dude, just cum and fucking spit just goes all over my like my junk, and I'm just it's just caked. Yeah, dude, I was like, well, thank you, and I just straight up left.
Well, how did you clean it?
I didn't. I just pulled my pants up. I gotta go.
You know why Mike asked all these questions? He's making deposits into his spank bank because he doesn't look at porn anymore. He wants to imagine this. He's depositing
No, I
these
just do it to mess with
images.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All those nights in tents telling each other stories has created a kind of a weirdness.
It's a pervert. It's a perversion. It's a perversion. Michael can't ejaculate unless he imagines me ejaculating first.
In fact, did you guys notice that like he didn't get his girlfriend pregnant until we started this podcast? Like
that is true.
He might be listening to this podcast while he's having sex.
Hey, you never know, Sean. I couldn't.
No. Remember fucking what was that stupid fucking show? Arrested Development. Joe would like listen to himself doing the countdown and shit. He's like 10, 9. That's so funny. But yeah, so
yeah, it is. Yeah,
good one. Good. You know what's the funniest thing is when people describe jokes from sitcoms.
Hey, dude, listen.
I'm just fucking, man. Come on.
Okay, dude. Listen, it was a good moment, but I don't know, man. That shit was it was a good blowjob though. End of story, you know.
Well,
End of story.
Well, so speaking of debauchery, some wild times. Now, Ryan, you found yourself in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
City of brotherly love. Philadelphia. That's Philadelphia.
No, oh my! You
want to know why I thought that?
Because of the bird.
No, because I think it has the highest population of homosexuals.
No, LA's in California's got to. Come on.
No, Atlanta's famous for their.
Is it? Their gay community?
I didn't know that.
Anyway,
they have the underground gay mafia, like the gay rap mafia there and stuff.
Really? Nah.
All right. So
Michael's concerned. Really? Do talk.
Wait, what's the name of the street that they hang out on?
What did you see on the internet?
Listen, Ryan, I don't want to out you here. I don't want to be blowing your spot up. I just let you talk about what you're comfortable with. Now, I saw that you went to a nightclub. I'll say that.
I wouldn't say it was a nightclub.
What would you call it? A bar?
I don't know. I went to so many places last night. I don't know where I went.
Was it a strip club? Like, did you go to a strip club?
Did it look like a basement?
I just saw you singing.
Oh yeah, that was like at a live karaoke bar. So there was like a live band.
You were getting down to some Buck Cherry, and I was like,
"Was it Buck Cherry? No, it wasn't. It was fucking Last Resort, dog. Papa Roach." Was
it Papa Roach? Okay, even better.
Yeah.
Papa Roach.
Yeah, that's my childhood, dude.
Yeah,
your childhood. That's like my childhood.
Really? Well, I listened to it all the time.
So did you get really drunk?
2 pieces.
This is my last resort.
That's what you were singing?
Yeah, dude, I was fucking screaming.
With who?
Me and Rachel, and then I started to do like because there's a part in a song like that, and these girls turned around and looked at me, and I just started in their face.
And
so wait, why did you guys go down to Atlanta?
It was Rachel's sister's birthday.
Yeah, was it fun? So you guys had a lot of fun. It sounds like.
I had a good time. We were out till like 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm
exhausted.
Did you
drink a lot?
I did.
What did you drink?
I went to the liquor store and I was just gonna get Sailor Jerry's, 'cause easy to mix, easy to shoot, And then this guy, the salesman, was selling locally produced spiced rum. Yeah, it was a little sketchy. It was like one of those big liquor stores though, so it wasn't.
Yeah, you're fine.
Sketchy.
Oh yeah, they do that kind of stuff all the time, like small batches from local people and stuff. Yeah.
So I was like, "Fuck it, I'll try it." It's like only like $20 for 750 milliliters or something like that. So it wasn't too. I mean, a little cheap, honestly. Anyway, it turned out to be a terrible decision. It tastes like fucking liqueur. Like it was all.
It was like a syrup.
Yeah, it was syrupy, very sweet.
But did you still drink it?
Yeah,
so it was like more like a Southern Comfort almost.
I even Southern Comfort has a little bit more bite to it. That didn't have much of a bite.
Southern Comfort is like.
So is it like a Fireball?
Yeah,
kind of like that can
similar to
Fireball. Viscosity and stuff, like the viscosity of it.
I hate that crap.
Science.
Yeah. But yeah, so I got fucked up on that, and before we even went out to dinner, I went to dinner. So I don't go to dinner often, to like fancy places, and we were.
So
in
he's
Atlanta.
like, I didn't know how to behave myself. I took my shirt off, thinking it was gonna be cool.
And we went to this really nice restaurant, and I got these scallops.
Mm-hmm.
They were delicious.
Yep. How much did they cost you?
$30.
Oh, was it a lot?
For 3 scallops.
For how much?
Yeah, they're big scallops,
but they're big.
Like how big? Like, give me like a reference.
Like 4 quarters.
Like a baseball?
quarters on a 2D surface.
Yeah, I guess. Sure.
So like a whole dollar.
Yeah.
Well, no, probably a little bigger
Sure.
than a dollar. Anyway,
Yeah, fold a dollar in half.
fucking delicious. They were with grits. Oh, it was delicious. We had calamari. Oh,
I love calamari, man.
Dude,
fried
all
calamari.
like
Yeah.
It sounds like awful drinking food, though. Like, if you're going to be drinking...
You want some.
You don't want to eat
bread.
goddamn...
I'm fine.
Did you throw up?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Probably
Yeah,
that calamari that saved you.
That bar was just like a grungy, it was like in a basement. There were like 4 bars stacked on top of each other. It was kind of weird. And this one was in the basement.
Okay.
And it was a lot of fun. It was fucking packed. And it was live karaoke. I've never seen something like that before, where there's like a live band.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually playing the songs.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
a
So
I think that's you see more nowadays in like major metropolitan
Yeah.
areas.
They had them in Portland. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun because people get really into it, and they're like out there living like a dream.
Yeah.
They
No.
have
It,
moments.
It's like being in a band. It really
yeah,
for that.
yeah.
Like,
And it's like a huge stage too.
yeah.
Like,
it's
it's right
awesome.
behind the bar, and you're like right in front of these people. I would totally do it.
dude,
and
you
then
should
right
have went up
before
there and,
Did you
got
do
some
it?
early action.
Oh, I wish. You probably got to sign up so early for that shit.
Probably, yeah. Actually.
And then these 2 guys got on, and they weren't supposed to have beer up there, and they took it anyway, and they threw their beer into the crowd.
And what happened?
They got escorted out by security. This
But
one
it was
guy,
sick.
this fat Hispanic fella with tattoos all over his head.
Listen, they're gonna allow music like Papa Roach to be played, you gotta expect people to get fucking freaky. Okay? Get
Yeah,
loud.
I'm really curious the range of music, because we had the Killers, and then Papa Roach, and then you had like your typical.
I'm sure they
classical
had
rock.
like a list of songs you could choose.
Yeah.
Because I went to this place when I was in Portland called East Side Bar.
Yeah.
And I used to play there. I played there only a couple times, but the way it worked out was, which was pretty cool. Like they had these guys that played bass, drums, guitar, whatever, and whatever instrument you played, you could go play with them, right? So I played guitar, and you get up there and we're jamming, but and when I did it, it was only for like 15 minutes, and then you see it was a lot of fun. But there are all these old guys, like older. They're probably in their 60s, and
What are they doing in there?
they're all like crackhead, dude. They're like fucked up people. Like they're not normal people. Like they're fucked up, dude. Like that's where I met Cactus Jones. His dad was born in 1897, and his dad had him when he was like 76. Like how Mike wants to be able to shoot till he's 70. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
And I'm telling you this much: this guy moans. Okay, when he comes, you can tell.
Yeah. And but there was this one guy, and it was funny because he's this super skinny meth head looking guy, and he gets up there, dude, right? And these guys are absolutely excellent musicians, all of them, like fantastic, They really are. They may be like fucking cracked out, but they are fucking solid musicians. And the guy I can't remember what song he was playing, but it was something like 2 chords. It's like G and C, right? Anyone who plays music gets it. Super simple. And the dude, and so he's playing the song, and he's terrible. He's absolutely awful. And the drummer's like trying to get into it, Like he's like, okay, like fuck it. Like so he starts playing a little fast, a little loud, and the dude would turn around in the middle of this I don't even know if they know this guy. And he's like, shut the fuck up. Starts screaming at him. He's like, this is my fucking song. You fucking shut the fuck up. Like, just starts screaming at this guy, and everyone is like, fuck, okay, bring it down. And then the music, because they want to get into it, and it was just this hilarious experience. And I don't know why the live karaoke reminded me of that, but yeah, he ended up getting kicked out because he ended up throwing up all over the place. Like
Too much passion. He had too much passion.
Like, it was a weird place.
What was the scene like? Was it like packed, or was it?
No, not really. It was
on like a Sunday afternoon.
It was a Saturday or Sunday,
Saturday,
yeah. It was. I think they did it on Sundays, but it was pretty cool because you get to go play with the band and it's fun. Like it's a lot of fun. But they're a tight knit group of guys. They do this every day.
Yeah, it's
every
like
Sunday.
It was like a jam space kind of. You could go and jam around.
And you can sign up and go do your stuff, and they'll play with you. So it was a cool spot. A lot of fucking really weird, and it was right next to like a crack house, and it was like a shitty place, and
Yeah.
I had to go walk my stuff back to the car, and like, dude, seriously, some dude offered me drugs, like right there. He's like,
Yeah.
hey man, you know, you looking? And I'm like, for what? And he's like, I got some of that crystal, man, or some shit. I was like, no, dude, I'm good.
If you don't got money, we can work something out. We can make an arrangement.
You should have taken it. Could have been a rite of passage, and that could have been you in 50 years on,
Yeah,
on
right.
that stage.
Yeah.
You're being groomed
I went
to be the
to
next crackhead.
I went to a disco in Argentina, man, and it was crazy in there.
Was it live?
But they had a live DJ, but it was in like this dark basement. They went all night long. They don't stop.
Yeah, they don't
They go to
stop.
like 8:00 in the morning.
There's no laws in Argentina, buddy. Okay?
And the DJ's in a cage. He's in a cage.
And he's not let out until the music is over. Until
No, he's
everyone's on the
legitimately
dance floor.
in a cage, and it's packed, and people are moshing. It was pretty fun.
How much sexual assault you think goes on in the
Probably a
room?
lot.
Mike's throwing. He's like, I know, I got mine. I'll tell you that much. Now,
That's crazy.
see, unlike the restaurant Ryan went to, that is a place where you could take off your shirt and nobody would think it was weird.
Right.
Yeah, you could go into there and be
Especially,
I mean,
if
there
you
might have been people with no shirts on. I can't really remember, but
all just a haze, just a bunch of flesh, just a flesh wave out there.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Is
How
that
long
the
did you
only
stay
time?
out?
I stayed out till 5 a.m.
Didn't you have
And
to
it's
fly
still
out
going
that
hard.
morning? Didn't you
Yeah, I
have to
flew out
fly
that morning. Yeah,
Yeah.
I went back and I slept and woke up at 7, and then I got back at like 5:30 because it was right there in town. I woke up at 7 and got on my plane at 10.
How did you find How did you find this place? Like, how did you find your way there?
I met some local Argentinians,
they
and
were
I was
like,
alone,
"Come to
and
the
they were
disco."
and they were at the hostel, and they invited me out with them.
Well, that's
You
pretty
could've
cool.
Could have been a
Yeah.
bad time too.
You
Yeah.
could have ended up like as a torture victim of some sort of rich businessman, as in the movie Hostel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Feel weird. Like, could you hear the music obviously from the outside? So when you were going to this basement,
Oh yeah, and there was a bunch of people on the outside too. But like we
Yeah.
started drinking in the hostel. We were playing card games. We were drinking, and then they spoke a little bit of English, and so they
Mhm.
invited me out, and I just went out, man, with them and partied.
that's awesome. Sounds like a good time.
It was.
It's a beautiful experience. It's a beautiful like intercultural experience you had.
Actually, I'm still friends with the kid that took me out. Sometimes I talk to him on Instagram.
Oh, very nice.
He's studying to become a dentist.
In
Nice.
our-
He was heartbroken during that time. His girlfriend dumped him.
Oh man. Well,
His
you took him
girlfriend
to
of
the
like
disco,
6
so.
years.
Oh,
They broke
shit.
up. He was on school vacation.
That would have been a prime time to take drugs.
Well, I
May-
took
may-
alcohol.
Maybe not right before a flight. That could have been a bad day.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Mike drops acid and fucking gets lost in Argentina somewhere. Wakes up in like a fucking boat off the coast of like Puerto Rico or something.
Yeah.
What the hell?
We find him and he looks like Robin Williams in Jumanji when he first gets back. What year is it? Fucking
We got any news? What?
dude, we got tons of news.
Yeah, well, let's get into some of the news, dude.
News coming out of my asshole, baby. Okay, listen, a little woohoo update. Little
Yeah.
woo flu update, not woohoo. Wuhan flu.
The coronavirus.
The coronavirus. Okay, listen, first case in Massachusetts. UMass
Brady's
Boston
dead.
student, first confirmed case of coronavirus in Massachusetts. This
I
is
thought
at
they contained it in
4:30.
California.
Nope.
No, they got caught. I think there was one in Illinois. There was a couple people. I think 8 confirmed cases in the United
Are
States.
these
so far.
people any history, recent histories of why they might have it?
They went
As far
to
as travel history and
travel and then connection
Yeah.
to people who traveled.
Well, the World Health Organization finally declared this an emergency, like a global emergency,
Yeah.
why is it why is it an emergency?
because it's like in China, this is spreading like crazy.
Well,
Right.
so the people that leaked the coronavirus originally in China, they've just been arrested. They've been put in jail for leaking it.
What do you mean they
In
leaked it?
December. They leaked it to the press in December. That's when the
What do
first
you mean
report.
leaked it? Like, what do you mean?
Michael,
Leaked the
what do you
story.
mean? They leaked the story.
They didn't
So
literally.
why are they
leak the
getting in
virus.
trouble for that?
Because it's fucking China, Mike. They're communism. They're terrible people. They literally came to them and they arrested them. And then those videos that have been going around, they found out who they were too, and they arrested those people.
As banning them from the internet and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Yeah, China's not being on the up and up about this at all, and it's very obvious they're not. There's also, I know it's a little probably conspiratorial, but there was cases from like a year ago of like Chinese government like working with like Canada and stuff like that at their CDC, like getting caught stealing shit.
Really?
So everybody's like, I wonder if this is like a weaponized bioweapon that got out.
Man, I don't know.
Because it's actually a kind of a big deal in China right now. It's mostly killing old people, but it's incubation periods. Like you can be an incubator, you can spread this thing for 14 days before you even realize you have it.
Right, and that's but isn't it more? This is the interesting thing, though. 2%, right? Isn't it 2 to 3% of fatalities? Isn't that what it is? It's like because SARS was like 10 to 15%. That's because SARS was actually really serious.
Yeah, well, I think this is
in comparison to it. I think with the death rates.
So supposedly there's a suspected case in New York City 3 hours ago, reported by the New York Times.
Mm-hmm.
That better not make its way down here.
Basically, anybody that was in China in the past 6 months, like in this region, because this thing, the virus can live on surfaces. You can get in through your eyeballs. You don't need to be making out with with a Chinese person to get it.
It's got a 6 meter effect. I don't know about the touching of surfaces though, because from what I've read, it has a 2 meter effect, which is 6 feet. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. So that's a 2 meter radius, but it has to be through your mucus.
Yeah, it can be coughed into the air and turns into like an aerosol. Like that's why there's people in China
droplets
like running around trying to cough on people on purpose to be assholes.
Why?
They're just being dicks.
Like just fucking around. They're probably
people going to the hospital and trying to cough in doctors' faces.
That's
why?
Sick.
There's tons of footage of it.
It's probably protests. Probably protests like fuck you and the government.
Well, because people are being locked in their houses. Like not just like kept in their houses by saying like don't come out of your house. They are like barring people in their homes.
They're patrolling. The military is patrolling the streets. There's a projected from what I was right now. I think it was 10,000 people affected that they have worldwide. That's what they're reporting anyway. What's the current numbers?
Cases?
Yeah, what's
I just
world report?
It's like,
in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, not China.
But almost 1,200 or 12,000 people right now.
So 12,000. But like, if China's
that's
not
what they're
on the
saying.
up and up,
Yeah, but that's what they're been. More than 12,000 or 11,700 people have been infected in China. More than 130 cases reported in at least 25 other countries and regions, with Russia, Britain, Sweden, and Italy all reporting their first cases on Thursday or Friday. So that means like it's going to be more. We're going to pop up, over the next couple weeks.
Oh my goodness.
They're coming for you, Mike. I don't know what you did to deserve this, but
should have updated your Windows.
Well, I might just stay in. I might just take the week off.
You might want to. I would not be traveling north of the Mason-Dixon line.
No.
I mean, honestly, even going to a hub like Atlanta is dangerous. Atlanta has the largest airport in the world.
Yeah,
you ever see that movie? You ever see that movie Contagion?
Could be me, dude. I could be the first.
Okay, that's how that.
Well, you look kind of sick, man. You look a little pale.
You look a little blown out. You look a little blown out, buddy. Exhausted from the roof flu.
I haven't slept, and I just drove for 6 hours because there was a huge car accident. It caused 2 hours of fucking standstill traffic, so I'm exhausted.
Yeah. That's beautiful. You drove too?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Of course I.
You could have gotten that and brought it back to Aiken, you sick bastard.
Easy, kid.
I'm just saying.
That's an international hub. There's an airport there. What are you doing?
Ryan shows up to work.
Even if I had the coronavirus, I wouldn't fear for my life.
No, I don't. No, the coronavirus is 2 to 3% fatality rate, and it's usually very old people.
Would you be excited to have it so you could spread it and kill the olds? It's like It's kind of like the ultimate okay boomer. You know what I mean? Okay, boomer, you want to fuck with me?
I don't know.
I feel like this isn't I mean,
I mean, I would say be aware.
This is one of those moments where like someday I'll be able to edit this. Be like, I don't think this is a big deal. Like smash cut 2 weeks later, mass death.
600,000 people dead.
No, but do you guys think that one day somebody's gonna make a weapon like this and spread it throughout the universe?
There are weapons like
this. It's only a matter of time, really.
They already done it. It's called AIDS.
Kind of. That is the ongoing theory.
No, well, I mean, they have been.
Or Lyme disease.
I've heard that there's something about the government making Lyme disease or something.
No, they did up in Connecticut.
They did that.
Boy.
Really?
Yeah.
That's fucking real? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
China's got fucking drones.
No, that is real.
I don't.
I'm
I
not
believe
arguing.
you.
Oh,
I don't know.
China's got drones. Is it so? Is Wu-Tang on lockdown?
Yeah, they're on lockdown. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, buddy, and they're staying where they are. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I guess there's a bunch of drones.
So I'm thinking a big thing that is going to kill people is not the coronavirus itself. It's probably going to be complications. Like
What do you
pneumonia.
mean? What are you talking about?
They're going to be susceptible to other infections. So,
Explain yourself, you son of a bitch. Explain yourself.
So it's a higher chance that they'll have pneumonia and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Well, these are the things that kill olds. I mean, this is
Or young people.
Or like babies.
or babies, which
No.
those are the weakest people. I mean, what are they contributing to society? Really?
Well, I mean,
they're going to be one day.
listen, I'm gonna throw a theory out there.
I mean,
And this is a little conspiracy,
I'm getting
honestly.
close.
So after watching One Child Nation, which is a documentary on basically, no, hold on,
I watched
basically, yeah, right.
Just
the
mention abortion, and Ryan just bursts into laughter.
Yeah. They have a really big elderly populace in China, then they're not able to take care of them because they killed over 200 million babies. So they can't take care of the elderly. It's actually a huge problem. Ryan, for example, being a nurse, could easily get a job in China. Get a job to be a hospice or
I hear they're
take care of
hiring
elder.
right
Yeah, but
Hey, you should go apply.
maybe the government. Tell me it's not Don't put that past China to say that they would create some sort of epidemic to just kill old people. And obviously, they have no problem killing babies.
Oh yeah, so you're connecting the population control. So now it's just another method of population. I mean,
yeah. I mean, I wouldn't put it because why did they try to hide it? Why did it have to be leaked?
Why do they try to hide it?
Yeah, what
because
benefit
it
is that?
Negatively affects their economy and their standing in the world. Like,
No,
yeah, but
sure.
but it's crazy. So were they on lockdown before it got leaked?
No, they got put down on lockdown like 2-3 weeks ago.
That was a reaction.
Well, that's why.
That's
every-
fucking
No, I
weird.
think it started to spread more.
Well, people are speculating that because of like there's all these multiple instances over the past couple of years of, I guess people from the Chinese government, like their medical field, because everybody works for the Chinese government in China, like getting caught stealing shit from other countries.
Like
So like stealing like virus shit,
Viruses.
viruses and stuff. So they're like, well, maybe they didn't want to say anything because they don't want to like admit culpability because they might have to explain like where they got this or something. Because if there's another research laboratory somewhere in like the Canada or somewhere in Europe or the United States, they'd be like, oh, that's our shit. Like, how did you get that?
Well, I mean, I guess it would be some sort of biological warfare if they were trying to create some sort of weapon. Biological warfare has been used forever.
Straight skullduggery.
For a long time. I mean, you
So-
can go back to the Roman times and they were using chemical warfare.
It's a pretty subtle use of chemical warfare, though, because it's not very dangerous in a sense. I know that's kind of ignorant to say.
Well, we don't know what the full effect and how dangerous it truly is as it stands right now. You could say that, but you look at
Has
6
anyone
months from now.
gotten healed from this and is completely gone out of their
Yes.
system?
Yes.
Yeah, I feel like it's just like the flu.
It is. It's a very serious case of the flu.
Well, I don't want to get it either way because I don't want to go through that.
So is this the same height of the bird flu?
It's bigger, I
Far
think.
as
This is way
media-
bigger. It's past SARS in
But
terms of spreading and
but it's not as dangerous.
I guess I don't know.
At this moment, I mean, this is all within this last month, right?
Yeah.
2-3 weeks, so we don't really know.
I would like to see like lengths of hospital stays and stuff like that.
Man, I'm gonna have to buy a house and build a wall around it.
There you go.
Oh, dude,
Well, no. Seriously, Ryan. Hey, if this stuff hits,
And you need to wash it with bleach every day.
well, I was just saying, you don't want people. You get like 15 acres, build a wall. You don't need like 10-foot wall is fine.
He's gonna have to be out there bleaching it anyway. He's gonna have to wipe off all the brain splatter.
Yeah.
All the fucking people that try to get up and he shoots them like a sick fuck he is. He's like, this is what I learned in the ravine. You have to fucking take care of yourself. Take care of your family before all else.
Shut up.
To the infiltrator. You let me in?
Yeah, if you weren't sick or anything, you could come in.
But
You
it's
don't
a
know
14.
that.
Michael, it's a 14-day incubation period. Like, so
I
he
got
could have.
a holding cell.
Yeah, but the WHO just released a statement on Twitter saying that asymptomatic infection may be rare and the transmission from an asymptomatic person is very rare with other coronaviruses.
You gonna believe this government propaganda?
What
Listen,
does
let
that
me
mean?
hook you up. Have you ever?
What does that mean from a medical perspective?
What does what mean?
What they just said. I don't know a fucking asymptomatic. What the fuck?
Okay.
Asymptomatic, you're not showing any symptoms of the illness.
Okay, so what is that? What is it saying though? Translate it to a dummy, because I don't understand.
How do you not understand
college
that?
boy.
Just fucking translate it.
So
Layman's
basically,
terms.
it's saying that it's rare for an asymptomatic person who's been infected with the coronavirus to spread it to other people.
Okay.
Like
Rare,
after
but not
they've been
impossible.
So you're saying the during the incubation phase, it's rare to spread. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know. I'm not familiar with like the time lengths.
This
of all
guy doesn't know what he's
no.
talking about.
If you're
Get him
in
off
that
the show. Get him off the
2-week
show.
period, if you're in that 2-week incubation period before you show symptoms, right?
Yeah.
That's what you're telling me. If
Oh
you're not
yeah.
showing
So yeah.
you're gonna be a
that's-
terrible nurse. Okay, let's move
You
on.
know, Ryan,
Terrible.
If I
What do you
ask
mean? What are you saying, Dan? If you have the fucking illness and you're asymptomatic,
Yes.
you're carrying the illness.
Yes.
Yeah. So what do you like?
So-
I don't. What do
so-
you not
so you-
understand?
It's not that I didn't understand. Why don't you just fucking tell me that if you're in the incubation process and you're not showing symptoms yet, that you can't spread it or it's very rare. That's all you had to fucking say. That's all I'm saying.
That's literally what it said. I didn't. Asymptomatic.
Okay.
How do you not know what that means?
I'm not a nurse. I'm on the medical field. How am I supposed to know? I didn't know what that meant.
You've never
That's why I
gone
asked you to explain
WebMD and Googled your symptoms?
Ryan, I'm not a hypochondriac like yourself, okay, dude?
Yeah, I never Googled any symptoms. I just take honey and tea and drink it, and I'm fine.
And how do you think I found out I had radiculopathy?
No, that's seriously my
Doctor
cure to everything.
Oh, really? Very holistic.
I take ginger tea. I chop up ginger, boil it, put honey in it, and then I pound a freaking half a gallon of grapefruit juice. And
There you
Good to go.
Sounds like something you would learn from a witch.
so I learned that from the China woman I used to work for.
Wow. But it works.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe she knows. She's protecting you, Michael. She said the Wu flu is coming, Michael. And
Yeah.
There's this cure, protection. A lot of people won't know about this. Ginger, honey, grapefruit juice.
I guess there's really no way to know what the effect is going to be of this virus, but I think a lot of people say you should be cautious, right? I think everyone should be cautious when you see someone sick.
Listen, if it hits Florida, I'm staying in my house for a week.
Mike, you might not be able to.
That might not be long enough.
Yeah, you have to do 2 weeks. It's an incubation period of 2 weeks. And then that's only, I mean, Mike,
It's only if that's right. That doesn't mean that the WHO is correct.
Well, that's just with the
Yeah, but I can prevent it. I can wear like a breathing mask
Yeah.
and respirator mask, gloves.
Mike goes out of his house in a full fucking hazmat suit.
Actually, the CDC
checking foundations.
has yet to recommend you wear a face mask.
In America, yeah.
Yeah, because it's not like within the community, like the flu or something like that.
Well, you
Yeah.
can just wear one just for protection.
Right. Yeah. Better be safe than sorry.
So when the Wu flu takes us into this like kind of post-apocalyptic hellspace, raise your hand if you're going to become a rapist, murderer, marauder. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Everybody raise their hand except me. I want that on record. These people are sick. These people got problems. Okay.
No, I'm
These
going
guys-
to the mountains.
You going to the mountains?
Yeah.
Yeah, you and John Denver up there. In
I'm
those
going
fucking
to where it's
mountains,
cold.
baby.
Viruses can't live in the cold, man. They go dormant.
Yeah, I think we talked about this last time we talked about
we
the
did.
Wu flu.
Yeah.
Sounds like a
going to
good
the
plan.
mountain.
It makes sense to me. Like as a fucking retard, like a
Me
moron,
too.
I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Cold. They don't like it. I've seen The Thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I interact with viruses. I'm gonna think like with the Wu flu, we all get together. We gotta test each other to see who's got it. Like I'm like, let's put blood in this thing and try to burn it. And if it attacks us, you got the Wu flu.
Is that from
No,
Thing?
I mean,
Yes.
technically, I guess any extreme condition would probably not be beneficial towards. a
Well, how
virus.
long does the coronavirus live on surfaces?
I don't know that.
Oh.
I don't know.
I think heat's more likely to make a virus thrive, or like a bacteria.
Well, we're talking like extreme heat, like desert heat. You know, like very hot. But
Well, Dan, that'd be too hot for you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna burn up out there.
what do you mean? I would wear sunblock and shit and have shade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I'd figure the fuck out. A virus
bring-
can't hide from in the sun, dude.
I'd bring my own tree, my own coconut tree. Be
Yeah.
drinking coconut milk all day,
There
every day.
are animals out there.
There are animals, but I don't know. It could be another option though. That's all I'm saying. Could be an option.
Now, what is almost as terrifying as the Wu flu is, have you guys heard about Justice for Johnny, Amber Heard?
No.
You heard about Amber
I know.
Heard?
Johnny
Is Johnny
Depp.
Depp's ex-wife,
Yeah, yeah.
the young starlet. She was in Aquaman.
Terrible. She's awful in that movie.
That movie's so bad.
Well,
Yeah, it's not a
well,
Oh,
Johnny,
I'm actually shocked, Michael.
Johnny Depp dropped some audio today of basically Amber Heard admitting to everything that Johnny Depp says that she did to him.
Shut up. Nuh-uh.
What do you mean?
Like she's like, I didn't. You're just a
Wait,
pussy.
well, hold
Like,
on. Sean, break it down. Break it down. Break it down as far as what the accusations that Amber
lore
Heard
was
made against Johnny.
the Amber Heard claimed that Johnny Depp was like a wild maniac alcoholic and he was
Yeah.
abusive and that he would beat her up and throw shit at her and all sorts of crap. And Johnny Depp's basically contention was, no, actually Amber Heard is the abusive one. She's the one that's been doing shit to me. Like fucking crazy shit to me. And she like lies to our friends about it and yada yada yada. A lot of people in Johnny's life kind of came up and stood out for Johnny. Doug Stanhope, the comedian,
Yeah.
caught a ton of shit for saying like, no, I believe Johnny Depp and like I've heard her before and I've seen some things like yada yada yada. And so basically today, out of the blue, I'm sure it's because like now he could with his lawyers told
Yeah,
him
there's
to
probably
release it.
the court case or something, probably something or other.
Yeah, there's probably some statute of limitations were up or something happened in that sphere that would have allowed him to release this. But she's just like, basically just says like, I can't promise that I'm not going to hit you again, like all sorts. Because he's like, you know, he's trying to reason with her at one point. He's like, listen, if there's physical violence, like there cannot be physical violence. Like if that happens, we need to separate.
So this
Like-
happened years ago.
This
Hey,
audio
Sean,
is
remember this?
together. Yeah.
I want to listen to this one.
Well, you can go find that. I can send you a link at some point.
Just send it to the group chat.
So
Johnny Depp.
Or you
I
could,
mean-
yeah, if you just look it up, it'll come up. It's all over the place.
I think that's pretty. I mean, in the wake of the Me Too movement, you know,
That's
especially.
the thing. She pivoted. She used this like
Absolutely.
for her own like, and this is the kind of thing people were talking about. Like, especially with her case, it was like you can't just believe this shit like all the time. There was no like but she was so wildly manipulative. Like she obviously like smacked herself in the face and took a fucking picture and then
Yep.
pretended like she was being hit, but then was on TV the next day, like not with nothing, with no visible marks of like being abused or anything like that. Which doesn't mean that you weren't abused, first of all, but you know, she was making some pretty crazy claims about what had happened to her. And
I wonder if Johnny Depp's going to sue her for like
I think
defamation.
he is. I think
I think-
he was or is or.
I think I heard something like Johnny Depp is spending like $2 million or something a month to maintain his lifestyle.
no, that's 30 million.
$30 million a month?
Yeah.
A month?
No,
Yeah,
wasn't
it is.
30
It's
million.
something ridiculous.
No, it's
It was a
crazy
couple
number.
million. It's a
It's
couple
crazy
million.
number, maybe a couple mil.
He
Yeah, I
spends
think-
like $60,000 a month.
A month on wine.
It's,
Yeah.
it's probably more.
I
Than
mean,
Oh, yeah, 60,000. Yeah.
I mean, fucking whatever, man. Good on you if you want to live that lifestyle. I respect it. I
Yeah,
mean,
if you-
honestly,
If you
fuck
can,
it.
why not? Yeah.
No,
So-
I would. I'm just saying, if you have that much money, yeah. I mean, if I had that
Well-
much money, trust me.
Johnny Depp has really fallen off, though.
No, he's still in Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Well, that's the thing. He was never completely excised from like acting and stuff because I think a
Yeah.
lot of people knew.
But what has he
on
done?
the other side? I think a lot of people on the other side knew that this was kind of full of shit. He was still in those Harry Potter movies. Like he's like a big actor. He makes a
Oh,
lot of money when he does
Huge
those things.
paydays. Yeah.
Those are huge paydays.
And the Pirates movies.
That's how
huge
he can
paydays.
Yeah,
spend $2 million a month on his lifestyle. He
Yeah.
owns a fucking island.
Yeah,
Like,
but
this is-
I think he's in serious financial debt right now. There was a lot of,
I don't think
I was
Uh,
reading about it. I was like, that was, his lawyers are trying, there was something, I'm not going to act like I know exactly.
So
There was
she,
something-
so she should be removed from Aquaman.
Well, there is actually obviously like there's a change.org petition going around right now to get her removed from Aquaman 2.
Good. She
But-
doesn't need it. She's awful anyway.
First
she's
of
not
all,
a-
Aquaman.
That's the worst on-screen chemistry between two leads I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
It was-
Man.
See, I thought Aquaman was so bad that it turns the corner and becomes entertaining.
Yeah, I know it's kind of entertaining.
Like it's so corny.
Mike,
so
it's basically Doolittle, but like
Yeah.
real.
But good.
Dan, Aquaman, the acting in that movie, just everything is horrible. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's terrible.
You
It's
come
like
to
watching
me-
a Disney
I
The
love
TV
worst movie
show.
I've
I
ever
love it.
seen.
Honestly, I love it. I
No,
can't
you
believe
do
it.
not.
No, I do. I think
No, you don't. Stop being a troll.
I think the direction of putting Nicole Kidman in this really, really, I don't even know. No, I really didn't hate it,
I didn't hate it.
I think is it a masterpiece? Yeah, in ways. In
Like,
ways.
are you like you come to my house on the day of my son's birth and you say these fucked up things? No, but like you live in bizarro world. You live in like opposite taste world.
I
Why?
will always disagree. I will
You're-
always disagree with you guys.
No,
you
but
guys
you're always like you're over here like yeah, Gotti was a good movie. Which Gotti's not like the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's not.
No, I said it's like a 6 or a 5, and then you guys make it sound like I said it's a 10.
Mike,
6
you
or
did-
5 is pretty high.
Mike, I think if we pulled up the audio right now, you did say it was
said-
like an 8 or 9.
No,
Like, you
I did not say that, Dan.
Well, you didn't
Mike,
put
you
a
know,
number on it. You didn't put a
audio.
number on it. You didn't
You're
put a
like-
number on it.
No,
You
but
just-
that's what I mean. But you guys make it sound like an 8 or a 9.
Mike, you recommended it to the Academy. You said this should win an Academy Award for best film.
Dan, if you like Aquaman, there's something wrong with you because that
Well, one
movie's
thing-
awesome.
Let me tell you
Honest,
something. Are you
honestly,
trying to
though,
say
isn't that bad?
No, it's not.
Yeah, I see.
If you're gonna,
Aquaman,
it's too
that
long.
movie's horrible.
No, it's not that
It's
bad.
okay.
Dude, like, listen, man. If you're gonna come, like, and tell us that to go see Doolittle and that Doolittle's a good movie, and then you're gonna be like, "Well, Aquaman is where I cross the line." I
Yeah,
don't
Sean.
understand where
Hey,
you're coming from.
Sean, wait,
Like,
have
that's
you
crazy.
seen Doolittle?
I
I
don't
have.
need to see it.
I
Well, no,
went
you
to the
should
movies,
see it.
Michael.
How can you say something?
Sat
it's
next
good
to
or
a
bad if you
mentally
haven't seen it?
handicapped kid.
This is a fair point, Michael, but go fuck yourself.
No, how does that make any sense?
Okay, it is true. We should give it
What
all
kind
a
of-
chance.
What kind of
Okay.
dark, fucking twisted world do we live in where you say things
Well-
about things you haven't seen?
No, well, how can you? Okay, if you're going to compare it to Aquaman and say that it's the same or worse or better, how can you
Mike,
say
you're
that
right.
if you've never seen it?
You're right.
I
fair.
saw the trailer. And I was just
No,
like, I
Sean,
just
he's
get a
right.
sense
That's
of it.
fair.
No,
Mike,
like I said, I did
we
say
can't.
it's a fair point. It is a fair point, but still, go fuck yourself.
Well, you should still watch it.
I probably will someday. I mean,
I like to
So,
watch movies that they come
what you're
out.
telling me is I don't need to watch movies anymore. I just need to watch the trailer, though.
No,
actually, yeah. If you want to save time, you're looking to be efficiency. You want to live that efficient life. I would say, yeah.
Has Amber
Because
Heard
I've seen some
responded?
trailers that are awful, but then the movies are good.
Now, Amber Heard has not said anything yet. Okay, guys. So we gotta wait. This is gonna be. We're probably gonna have to update everybody next week. We're probably gonna have to be like, guys, we were wrong. Johnny Depp, he made this is a deep fake audio.
Johnny Depp is acting.
Like, why is he waiting?
He's so
long?
amazing.
Yeah.
He's so amazing. I think it probably had to do with like some legal stuff. I saw like it's hard. If you check out the hashtag on Twitter, people are speculating. There's a lot of like Johnny Depp super fans out here, like being like, finally the truth is out there, and some of them are saying like he didn't want to smear her. He's above all that.
Well, she potentially could have ruined his fucking career.
I think he was still giving her money all of these past couple years.
Yeah, probably from the divorce. He probably had to give her some sort of alimony or pay.
I bet you they had prenuptial. Usually people like that, they get prenups.
I don't know. Johnny Depp's not your typical.
He is a little bit of a gadfly.
He's a cuckoo dude, I think.
Well, I hope they make up and they can come to an agreement and get back together. I think
she
the best thing for everybody.
She like cut off like a huge chunk of one of his fingers.
What?
Yeah, she was a nut. She was like, okay, this is kind of like a little pros and cons list for Amber Heard. Amber Heard, special profile. Pros, she's hot.
Absolutely.
Cons, she will throw pots and pans at you, extinguish cigarettes on your face, cut off your fingers, sucker punch you when you're not looking, lie to the press about you, ruin your career, divorce you, and take millions of dollars.
I would still do it.
That's courtesy of Price of Reason on Twitter.
Put me in, coach.
Her beauty can only go so far because there's plenty of beautiful women out there.
And Johnny Depp can get pretty much anyone.
Dan, she would take your pension check.
Oh well, then no one can touch it, Michael.
Imagine how vulnerable Dan would be. He's got radiculopathy. He's like, she would just come over and like hit him in the back. He'd be like, ah!
Yeah.
Fucking fall to his knees, and she'd be like, get up, you pussy.
Lock him in a closet and tie him to a metal bar or something.
There's a part of the audio where she's like, I didn't punch you. She's like, I hit you. That's different.
Yep.
And he's like, listen. And he's like, listen, don't tell me what it's like to get punched by somebody. I know what a punch is. Like, it was so weird.
He said that?
And she's like, yeah, because she's like mocking him. Because she's like, well, you remember, I texted our friend Trevor to come up. And she's like, yeah, I remember. I was like, it was kind of funny. You could just see it. You could see that she's like an evil, manipulative person.
Is this?
And then he's like, if this is what's gonna happen, if there's gonna be physical violence, we can't be together. She's like, well, I don't know what to tell you. She's like, I can't promise that I'm not gonna be physically violent again.
What?
It was like it's like from a movie, almost. Like this is a movie,
like a Lifetime movie,
and it's not believable at all because you're like, people really fucking just say that, just openly say that. Well, I guess if you thought you were alone, if you didn't know you were being recorded.
So how does that compare to Jussie Smollett?
Juicy Smollett? I mean, this is...
Like, do you think it's just as egregious?
No.
Or his is a little bit more egregious?
His is more.
Absolutely. I think they're both the same level.
Yeah.
Why would we separate the two? You're making false allegations, false claims that affect...
other people's lives and income and...
Well, everything. It affects everything. And not to mention, Amber Heard is distorting reality for that if there is somebody out there in an abusive relationship. And the thing is, we need to stop, especially with this domestic violence situation that we have in the United States. Generally, violent people will have violent interactions. Most of the time during domestic violence calls or anything, you usually do see that they hit each other. It's not like the guy beating the shit out of someone and then, you know what I mean? Like there was some pushing and shoving and the man always gets taken away because of, societal norms, I guess. But the whole thing with Juicy, whatever, dude, this fucking guy definitely put a lot of people at risk, honestly, for persecution and for the potential, the police department and whoever else, in that area.
An innocent person could have gotten accidentally picked up for this.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if they would have saw a dude with a Trump hat on that was white, they would have brought him in for questioning. If they didn't have all the other evidence, let's just say none of the evidence, no video footage, nothing.
They would have Richard Jewelled him, dude.
They might have brought him. They would have brought him and questioned him, and I almost bet money Jussie Smollett would have been like, "Yep, that's him."
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
I bet he would have, and that really says a lot about. And now he still refuses to admit that he did anything wrong. And Jessica Fox or whatever her name is, the district attorney, she's under investigation, under review by their State Department for misusing the process to basically get him off. Like, there's a lot of weird shit going on with that. I don't know why I know so much about it, but I do.
Well, it's
Or I'm
kind
just
of an
making it up.
important-
But you don't think that's worse than what this
Amber
lady
Heard?
did?
No, I don't think. I think they're different. Any false allegation, if you do get found to have committed a false allegation against somebody, I believe you should be charged with the equivalency of whatever that crime is. So for assault,
I see.
like you or like whatever, domestic violence, like you want to play these fucking games, you want to try to ruin someone's life, then you should be charged with the same amount of prison time and or fine for the crime that you're accusing someone of doing.
Yeah, she's gonna have to pay a large sum, I imagine. I feel like that's what's next. She's
I don't
gonna
know.
have to pay out.
I mean, Jussie Smollett had to pay like $150,000, I think, or something or other.
What, to like
Fine.
illegal stuff?
No, he had to pay it to the state or to the city for basically wasting all those extra man hours, the overtime that police had to work and come in. Because they made it number one priority because fuck all the poor people that are getting shot and killed in the city. We'll just go focus on this one fucking dude.
Yeah, it's a national story. They didn't really have much of a choice in that respect, I guess.
And for our listeners, if you're interested in law enforcement and we're going to be interviewing, I'm not going to be able to say their name, but a law enforcement officer out of the city of Baltimore, Maryland. And that's going to be really interesting. That'll be in the next couple weeks here. Very interesting perspective.
Yeah, calling the episode Skullcracker. No, I'm just joking.
His code name will be Rogue One. Yeah.
Fail.
Fail.
No, we'll call him Deep Throat.
Yeah, there we go.
Classic, alias name there. The last thing I have here that we could talk about is apparently Harvey Weinstein has no testicles.
Oh.
And because he's in court again for one of these rape cases, because they're all separate cases.
How the fuck did they? What?
Yeah, he's a Weinstein accuser. Deformed mogul used injections before he raped me.
He used what?
He had to inject shit into his dick to keep his dick hard.
Where's the balls? Where's the balls?
And then apparently he smells like shit. She did not. She was not. Very
So
nice.
wait, this guy, she stood there and let him do this. Like he injected.
Yeah, it's like they feel like they're trapped or whatever.
But
No, it's not whatever. I mean, but like it's. So I'm bringing this up because it's kind of. It's the flip side of that Amber Heard type thing, where this seems a little bit more credible because there's a preponderance of evidence to the fact that seems like Harvey Weinstein was a little bit of a serial rapist. There's not like a preponderance of evidence of Johnny Depp being an abusive asshole. I mean, he was with the same person for like 20-something years, or I think so, right? It was a long time. It was like 20 years, I think.
So that's what the defense team is using, that he doesn't have testicles?
No, that's
Or
what she.
This is just an eyewitness testimony.
Yeah, she did. She got up on the witness stand.
Oh.
So what if he pulled it down and then he did? And then she would be lying.
I don't know. The only thing it really says about his reaction, because he was in court, is that his head dropped into his lap.
Oh, that means he definitely doesn't have them.
Guilty, sir.
Have you seen
Guilty.
Have you seen the pictures? He's like using a walker and stuff.
Yeah,
and he looks
it's a tactic.
like, what
it's
the
like
fuck?
It's a sympathy tactic.
Really?
Yeah, Michael. So you watched that? Remember that? What the hell was that Netflix?
Yeah, I watched it.
About the Nazi guy.
Yeah, and he did that too.
He did the same thing where he pretended to be kind of
He
frail.
pretended to be really sick, and he'd walk in and
Yes, to get sympathy and shit.
Yeah. So old Harvey Weinstein or Weinstein or whatever you say his name, he's definitely all about that stuff. Yeah, apparently he's just a gross dude, and
But he is missing his testicles, according to
this woman. So I guess we're gonna be able to, because she thought he was a not a unisex. What do you call it? Intersex?
a eunuch.
Person. Because she thought he had a vagina.
what?
Apparently, it's so fucked up down there.
Yeah, because he's probably just so fat. His little wiener is just
Yeah.
a little turtling.
Oh,
I mean,
that makes me
There's-
sick.
I could. The story is pretty explicit. Like this, it covers it pretty well. Shit. Yeah, like he raped her because she's, she felt pressured into having a relationship with him.
Okay, hold on. No, stop. We're gonna stop
No.
for a second. Hold on. Just give me 1 second.
No, no. She says that, like, there was one time he forced herself on her, then she decided to have a relationship with him against her better judgment.
Interesting.
And then they're not dating. Like, they're just hooking up. He's helping
They're
her
friends with
So
them.
how is she using the word rape?
Because the rape is what happens the last time. That's
Okay.
what the rape is. She started dating somebody, so
Yep.
she goes to him to tell him, like, listen, I don't want to do this anymore because I'm with a person who I guess is a high-profile actor. They don't name him, and then he started like freaking out, saying like, "You owe me." Dragged her to the bedroom.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
So-
uses a walker.
Okay, hold on. We all know he's a fucking monster, or he looks like a monster at least.
Yeah.
We just heard about Juicy Smollett. We just heard about Johnny Depp. What is and we're gonna look at fucking Sean and I talked about this actually pretty in depth earlier, but Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh. These people. So we have 3 women right now, Sean, that are accusing and or.
Oh, Harvey Weinstein?
Yeah.
I don't know what the number is. I honestly have no idea.
Well, let's say I know it's a couple that are going. He's going to court for a couple right now, right?
Yeah, because New York lifted the statute of limitations. Now there's no longer
Mm,
what was 7-year period before.
That's-
It's longer
that's
now.
interesting. That's interesting.
So now
So-
they can go after you for things that happened 20 years ago.
Now, isn't that kind of dangerous too? But
Well, you still got to prove your case. They're not going to just. She can say all this shit, and he might not get convicted because there's no way to prove it.
well, I mean, what are you talking about? It's called a Sean. He's getting judged by a jury.
What I'm saying is, but they might not, convict him of rape based on this testimony. Like, that's not what's going to convict
Well,
him.
what is his charges?
Rape.
Okay, so he will be convicted of rape if they find
Why?
him guilty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I just said. They
Hold
might
on.
not find him guilty of rape.
We've seen Making a Murderer. You've seen Making a Murderer. This is such a contentious public opinion thing that he's probably screwed either way. But we have to sit there and go, look at the way society reacts to these things. Is Harvey Weinstein actually a guy that is a monster?
I think it's pretty safe to assume that yes.
Assumptions.
No,
This is dangerous.
it's not assumptions, dude.
You're talking about a
Dan, you can
Where's-
watch all the clips of all the Oscar ceremonies and how they reference him and how they,
They talk
the
about
Why? How do they
names
reference
give
them?
them. You can watch like a 10-minute compilation of,
Right.
actors.
so people
What do they say
worked with
about
him
him?
for X amount of years, 30 years, right?
Yeah, he was known to do this. There's audio of him. I mean, obviously not raping somebody, but basically confirming what you would have a bias for.
Like definitely putting pressure and using his power to get what he
Yes,
wants. And you
right.
show that in any fucking business. You show it.
and
It was a quid pro quo.
And I'm not saying would not say that it's necessarily illegal, but I would say it makes you like a dirtbag. That's
He's a
all. I mean,
scumbag. He's a scumbag.
He's
I'm
not. He's not like Bill Cosby. He's not drugging people.
And
like,
Bill Cosby, another one. We don't know what's going on. These things are from the fucking 70s, 80s. We don't know.
Oh,
supposedly
yeah, but all the way
comedians
all the
didn't
way
know
up
about
until
that.
all the way up until the 2000s.
I mean, dude,
Well,
I'm not going to stick up for these fucking people, but to sit there and say that the court of public opinion is such a disgusting place right now
sure.
that it can sway these things extremely one side to the other. It goes from being, hey, dude, someone's accusing you of something to, hey, you're guilty. Like, there is no in between. There is no one that's being bipartisan and just being like, no, dude, like, let's see what happens. You have to believe the woman. If you don't believe the woman in these circumstances, then you're a piece of shit. And I think that's a dangerous precedent. And that's why I can't honestly say that he may be a scumbag. He may be a weirdo. But is he guilty of what? Of being a piece of shit? Probably. Of rape? I don't know. I don't think so.
It depends. If this person her testimony is true, then the last interaction they had was rape.
Yeah, but it's
and also technically the first one they had would have been rape as well because he basically threw her on the bed and like ate her out.
But it's hearsay though.
I'm not saying that you can convict a person on this stuff. I'm not.
I mean, it's not, and that's what the problem though. If the jury could be swayed by the court of public opinion,
it's just. But not everything is the same, and not everything has the same level of.
I don't know.
Yeah, if that was the case, OJ would have went to prison for murder.
The court of public opinion was very divided at that time. There was not because I don't know. From what I wasn't around then, so I can't honestly say. But
I saw Making a Murder, or what's that show called? American Crime Story. Okay, the O.J. Simpson trial, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Okay, listen. White people wanted him to go to jail, and black people wanted him to be free because they thought this was their time to get back at Whitey. At least that's what that show kind of.
Is that a serious perspective?
Yes. No, that is kind of the common knowledge.
Yeah, but if that was true, wouldn't he be in jail?
He did go to. They basically threw the book at him for when that stuff happened in Las Vegas because as like retribution.
Yeah, but he didn't even get that long, and he's out of jail now. He got in trouble for kidnapping.
Yeah, and they threw the book at him, and then he was able to get out on parole.
Yeah.
This last time. Because he's the juice, baby.
but you know why he got in trouble. What happened? That situation was with OJ in Las Vegas. Some guy stole a shit ton of his memorabilia or something or other.
I know.
He wanted it back.
And they threw the book at him. Because in the context of that is like obviously probably shouldn't have gone to jail like for that long. I mean, it was like we say it's not a long time, but I think it was like 10 years. It's not like a blip.
At least in the state of Nevada, kidnapping is when you put someone in restraints and you cross a room. So he never left the hotel. He moved them from one side of the hotel room to the other, which like into a bedroom, and that is considered kidnapping. So the individual was that's how they got that charge on him. From what I read.
Wow,
that's pretty fair.
No, it is. Like you put movement restriction. Yeah.
Yeah.
You move them.
The purpose is there.
So basically, at the end of all this, like what we're saying is, what Dan is saying is, what his opinion is that like hashtag Harvey's innocent.
No, honestly though, I will never fucking just believe you. I will never and this is the thing, because I'll say a personal story anyway, that as a person who was accused of things that weren't true, it was a terrible feeling. It was a terrible feeling. It sucked, right? Not that some of the things weren't true that was said about me. So, because that was the weird thing. They mixed it with truth and lie. That, I make bad jokes. Definitely some inappropriate stuff. But I have seen, and as a person who had to work with people who were being accused of some nefarious activity, and still having to work with the people that also were the victims, right?
Yeah.
And I treated everyone the exact same. I treated them as if they were just who they were, and that was not my business. So, but when we're talking about what's going on out here, dude, the Me Too movement has moved the fucking goalpost.
But it's coming back around.
Crazy.
It's coming back.
I don't know.
People are seeing that it's just getting out of control, and like you said, people get their lives ruined over things where it's like there's no confirmation of this. It's like actually the other day, what's that white rapper dude, Hobo Jones? Is that his name? There's some white rapper named Hobo Jones. Apparently, he's very popular. I've heard a couple of his songs. He's like, people like him because he's like ironically bad. They like him.
I know who you're. Hobo Johnson.
Hobo Johnson.
I've never heard of this guy.
Michael, you're a liar. You're a liar. Nobody believes you. No, I'm just joking. But he's a white rapper, and somebody on Twitter, some random person, accuses him of spreading his genital herpes by taking the condom off during having sex with a groupie. And then it started trending. But the thing is, that story came from a tweet.
Yeah.
It didn't, like, nobody, and then everybody's acting as if this was like a fucking hard news story that was reported. Like, you're like, this is like, no, this is some rando on Twitter just said this about this dude.
Part of the issue is the accusation spreads like wildfire all over all media platforms. But when it comes down to the facts and down to the dirty and like the truth, you don't hear much about it.
No, you got to come here to the zoo box.
So you're pretty much already guilty in the public eye.
And that's what I.
Within
That's
10
my
minutes.
point.
But I would say that like there are particular cases like the Harvey Weinstein. This has been going on for a couple of years, dude. It's not like it's a new thing.
No, I'm not saying it is, but
I think you take it by case by case.
I
don't
think
you
Dan's
should take-
applying the principle.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And I agree with the principle.
I'm just saying, dude, we like Hobo Johnson. Now, let's say his ticket sales get affected. Is this not like it's a serious thing?
Yeah,
serious.
Yeah, of course it can be, for sure, 100%. And I don't think that nothing should happen to Harvey Weinstein that can't be
Proven.
corroborated or proven. I mean, if he loses everything, it seems like it's pretty obvious that like the dude is a skis ball. Probably shouldn't be in that position.
Yeah.
Probably shouldn't have that kind of power. He obviously was an asshole with it, right? And I feel bad for all the chicks that had to fucking blow this dude because they felt like that was the only way to get it shot.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I would have blew him.
I would have blew him.
In that mangled.
Have you seen a fucking picture of him? Like, not only that, but like apparently and this is not the first time I heard this, but he smells like shit because he doesn't like wipe his ass.
Why?
He's all fucking nasty down there. And
He looks like a gorilla.
Now I'm finding out that he's mangled. His blackheads and unpleasant.
He looks pretty awful.
I think a Louis C.K. is a better example of what you're saying, Dan.
Yeah, I would agree with that. And we talked
Louis
about that
CK,
the other day.
Oh, dude, we got into it. About it. But
I think the Louis C.K. thing, though, is just the contexts are different. The amount of information you have about them are different. Like, it's just, there's a different level.
What are you talking about? You have a guy using his power and authority to jerk off on the phone with people who said they didn't feel comfortable after the fact. It's the same accusation.
No, but
I thought that came out that wasn't true.
What?
What was
No,
doing?
Somebody said that they thought he was doing that one time. They don't know whether or not he did.
No. What I'm saying is he was in a man of authority in a position of power that asked people if you could masturbate.
None of the cases that were brought up are from when he was Louis C.K. like you know him today.
No, but when he worked on Conan O'Brien's show, he was a writer.
A million people have written for Conan O'Brien.
I think he was like a big name though in the writing.
He wasn't just some small time dude. He was a serious writer for the industry.
Yeah, he was like, but we're talking like the first like 5 or 6 years of his professional career.
But that's such a. So anybody is in a position of authority
over somebody else at some point. I mean, at some point, like I'm pretty much the boss of my son.
Right.
So if I were to ask him if I could jerk off in front of him, it'd be completely inappropriate. And on that note, but I don't know. You guys have any closing thoughts?
Let me tell you something. My last closing thought is this.
Hashtag Harvey's innocent.
Hashtag don't fucking believe anybody until you've seen the facts. No matter what it is.
I believe that.
No matter what it is.
I think that's a good principle.
Do you guys think that's sound logic?
Yeah.
I say have the assumption of innocence and the assumption of truth. Those both can live in the same world together.
Dan, do you think justice is blind?
Dude, listen, there's actually this great YouTube channel, Blind Justice. It's about a blind man that goes and harasses police. It's fucking awesome.
People can't see it, but like Dan's in his apartment and he just stood up. He just put a blindfold on. He's carrying a scale and a sword in the other hand, and an American flag just draped behind him. Very dramatic.
Yep. Very dramatic. That's all I got.
What do you got, Michael? What do you got to say about this? Do you think Harvey Weinstein's innocent?
No, I don't think he's innocent at all, but I don't think that he should be. No, if you ask me what I personally think, but I don't think that he should be put away or charged with anything if they can't prove it. I mean, because it seemed like this lady had a relationship with him. This one particular one almost.
Yeah, she did, and she's open about that. She testifies to that. A lot of people.
So I don't know. That's kind of weird to me.
There's a lot of actresses that did that. But he's a powerful person in the industry, and then you get abused one time. You end up thinking that's normal. A lot of these girls are very young too. They're like they're off the bus in Hollywood types. And he scoops them up at parties.
Yeah,
he definitely hung out with homie that was fucking giving politicians kids.
But Sean,
Jeffrey Epstein.
at what point does the lady have to take responsibility too?
She does for putting herself in that situation for sure. But that just because you like, but the onus is not on her not to like have him not rape her.
Yeah. No, but the onus is on her to not hang around him or not.
Sure, I agree. No, I agree.
Be sexually friendly with him.
Sure, yeah.
And maybe when you're gonna break up with a super powerful person, call them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Send a phone call or a text. You know, we email, whatever. You don't have to go there.
He's like, no, you got to come over now. I just injected my dick.
Yeah,
you got to get over here.
I think it's terrible.
Smell him.
Ryan, go to the hospital. I'm sure you've smelled the same type of smells so that
no, I want to smell him.
About.
No, I don't know. With this one, it seemed like it's almost like some of it falls. I'm not saying it's her fault, but some of it's like, if you knew he was like this, why are you?
No, yeah. I don't think that. No. I don't. She may have not known that he was a rapist. So
well,
she
in the
probably
beginning. But
their first instance was like a non-consensual experience.
Like that's there what was. She said.
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know. All I know is like, do not fucking rape people and don't falsely accuse people of rape, guys.
Listen, I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting it out there. Listen, I'm not a philosopher.
Putting it out into the vortex. That's what I'm doing, guys.
All right, Mr. New England sports radio broadcaster. What do you have to say for yourself?
Yeah. I pretty much believe he's a piece of garbage, but he's already. But then, to be fair, if he doesn't go to prison, he's gonna find his way back into the industry. It's just gonna be silent.
Are you gonna become like some kind of vigilante killer if that happens, Ryan?
No, I don't think I will. So I be honest, he needs to pay for his sins, man. He needs to be burned at the stake.
Excellent.
Would you want to do to him what you want to do to people that have abortions?
What I would do is I would take all the aborted. All I would do is take all the aborted fetuses from California, and then burn them with using all the aborted fetuses.
And then their vengeful spirits would come out.
Yeah,
they would haunt all these perverts.
Have you ever seen Raiders of the Lost Ark? That's what it would look like.
Just like the end. Yeah.
Just melting his face and shit.
Well, thanks a lot for listening to this episode of Zoobox, everybody. It's been a good time.
Excellent.
I like the energy, fellas. Thanks for bringing it up for me. I appreciate it.
We did it.
I appreciate it. Ryan's he's a little sleepy boy. He went out and partied too much. Dude, I drank a whole bottle of bourbon last night, and I'm here. I'm excited. I'm bouncing around. I gave my son a bath. I made him dinner already. God, it's just.
Yeah, we got some abduction to do. So let's do this.
All right. I love you, America.
I love you, America. I love you more, America.
I love your world.
Shut up.
The password.
Spent all that money on a boat. The whole purpose of buying the boat in the first place was to get the ladies nice and tipsy topside so we can take them to a nice, comfortable place below deck and, they can't refuse because of the implication.
Oh, okay. You had me going there for the first part. The second half kind of threw me.
Well, dude, think about it. She's out in the middle of nowhere with some dude she barely knows. She looks around her. What does she see? Nothing but open ocean. There's nowhere for me to run. What am I going to do? Say no?
Okay, that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because if the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.